Boxing Bros UK. Count me amongst them.
Yes.
Christian boy right here, baby.
Boxing Bros UK here. I am a hiss, the boss Chris. This is my co-host Andrew, the Boxing Brain.
Hello.
Topic of the day is what is going on with the fucking belt situation in the heavyweight division. So we love Usyk. Usyk is the man. He fought anyone on the road, everything. But every boxer's got to be held accountable. And like now, he said he's injured, so he wants more time to make a decision. But I think Usyk's being unfair, and he's holding up the division because when you're not injured, are you going to fight Parker? You're mandatory. Is that what you're saying? Or we're waiting for you in 2 months to say, nah, I'm vacating. It's not fair. You're doing what everyone was complaining Fury was doing when he's fighting in Ghana, he's fighting this guy, and he's the champion. And Usyk's looking like he's doing the same thing. And Andrew, you alluded to something about his injury. Apparently he's been seen.
Allegedly, I can't remember the source, so call me out on it, people. If there was a source I read somewhere, it might have been TalkSport or something like that apparently there's been videos of him dancing. I don't know if the injury is it his ankle? Is it a hand injury? I'm not actually sure. Is it his lower body somewhere? I think it is, isn't it? So if he's out dancing, because I know he likes to dance, doesn't he? That was his. I know he grew up playing a lot of football and dancing. So that's where he gets his majestic footwork, Chris, I'd imagine. But that's a little bit kind of. How legitimate is his injury if he's doing that? I don't want to call into question his integrity. My theory is, he's been in some hard fights now. Now, you can make the argument about, all right, people are going to make the argument about, oh, yeah, well, this era was no good and those heavyweights were no good. But he beat, sort of a prime AJ, a very good, well, not even up and coming, but a very good Daniel Dubois was on great form. Fury. It's been some hard fights, hard camps. We know how hard he trains, Chris.
Yeah.
Pushing 40. As good a genetic athlete as you might be, things are going to start to break down a bit more. And I just wonder whether he knows he can't fight until the end of the year next year. And he's just trying to kick the can down the road as long as he can, because he knows he's not going to be able to fight within the next 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 months. Because his body is there's a great quote from Mike O'Hearn. I'm sure you know it. Obviously, Mike O'Hearn, the bodybuilder, the power. But a great quote he always said is, "You can only train as hard as you can recover. Train as hard as you like, but if you can't recover, it's no good, is it?" Yeah,
no, it's true. But I totally agree with you there. But if that's the case, vacate the belts. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, if he vacates the WBO belt, gives him some breathing space before they call the WBC's next in line, yeah? I don't think they have a mandatory. So I think Okoli and Caballero will have to fight a final eliminator before anyone's actually the number one. So it gives him some breathing space, but don't hold up the division saying, oh, I'm injured, this, that, when you've got mandatories fucking waiting to fight for a world title. You're not being fair. And
that's
obviously,
a really good point, actually.
We look to do... Like, Usyk was a breath of fresh air in the heavyweight division. Someone who wasn't bothered about money, was fighting anyone, anywhere, anytime, and we loved it. And he didn't duck no smoke. Like, he beat Fury twice, and then Dubois jumped in the ring, and he's like, yeah, all right then, you put it on my toes, I'll fucking fight you next. Boom, fought him, knocked him out. It's like, wow. But now, when people get success, the train slows down, and they start doing what they want to do, not what everyone else wants to do. Like Canelo, like Wilder, and like Fury, and it's happened to Usyk, and it's breaking my heart, Usyk. Just do something about the title.
Let's hope, Chris, it isn't that, because we're speculating and you're speculating, but that we don't know. Only him and his team are going to know. We're not going to know for sure, but I'm sure in time we'll know. I just think, why would you not? That's a good point, as I'm thinking about it now.
Vacate the
WBO, right? Yeah. And then take a year out, right? Fully recover your body. Start to get back in training. You still the unified champion, the #1 Ring Magazine champion, right? And then get back in there against Parker, Caballero, Mosey, whoever's holding that belt. This is my last fight. I'm getting the WBO belt. I'm going to be undisputed for a third time, and I'm going to sail off. Now that to me that's a movie script.
Maybe he's trying to do that. Maybe he's trying to set it up like that, but it just doesn't sit well with me. Like, if you're injured, okay, But if he came out and said, listen, I am fighting my WBO mandatory next, 100%, I'm just injured at the moment. But he's not saying that. He's saying, when I'm recovered from my injury, then I will tell you who I'm going to fight. And it's just, you know, it doesn't sit
how long's a piece of string? It depends on, is it a rip? Do we even know what? Has he even let us know in the comments? Has he said what the injury is? Does anyone know?
Yeah. If anyone knows what the injury is, what type of injury it is, anything about this dancing video and stuff, leave a link in the comments, please, because,
we're just speculating because we haven't actually, but we wanted to just discuss this. But because if it's like a major muscle tear or some major ligament damage or whatever, high grade ligament, then that's obviously going to take a long time. ACL injuries, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we don't know.
But I've got no idea. I'm trying to think what I've read. But anyway, that's the last thing I wanted to say, Chris. I know you feel the same. There's a lot of really good heavyweights at the moment, and in and around that top 5, right? Michael Hunter, sort of trying to make a little bit of a re-emergence. Coley, Ajit Kabiel, Parker, Moses is a great prospect coming through. You got Torres Jr. in America, coming. And they're all wanting to be in big fights. And
I mean, stepping up the rankings, man. It slows up the division when this happens. So please, Usyk, make a decision. And the one thing I can't stand is people going, oh, look what he's achieved. So he should be able to do what he wants when he wants. No, this is a sport. This isn't
what like Klitschko did.
Yeah, this is a sport. It's not, I've won all the fights now, so I don't have to fight my mandatories. I don't have to do this, and I don't have to do that. No. It's a sport, and you should, just because you're successful, you should still have to carry on with the same standards that you always have. You shouldn't be people cherry picking, doing all that stuff. I'm not saying Usyk is, but it's not looking good when he's just, all he has to do is say, I'm fighting Parker next, or Fabio, whoever wins that fight. That's all he has to say, and he's not telling us that.
It could be. Last one coming to me again. Like Beterbiev, right? Beterbiev's a wonderful athlete, isn't he?
Yeah.
Unbelievable, just naturally really strong. But he only has been for the last 5 years fighting once a year. He notoriously gets a lot of injuries now. And it might be that Usyk, we're behind all this smoke and mirrors, because he seems to be infallible, doesn't he? Never injured, never I reckon now, Father Time waits for nobody. I just wonder whether time's starting to catch up with him. What I wonder. The body's not recovering.
He could be stalling. Because if he stalls to make a decision, and then he says, I'm fighting my mandatory, then they give a purse bid date. It's all extra time in the waiting process while he's healing. Yeah, he might be doing that, and I hope he's doing that because I really want to see him fight Moses Atoma before he retires.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah,
and subscribe because I think Moses can beat him. I do.
You heard that. I never said that.
I'm telling you,
in there and lose this, you can dig him out for that.
Guys, he can beat him now if they fight. If they fight before Usyk retires, I'm putting in for Moses for the win.
Big up the Chatham boy. Go on the Chatham.
All right. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.
Nice one.